Now, the first thing that you really want to communicate in your spoken language study, perhaps in the first paragraph in your introduction, is the idea of a topic. You need to be telling the reader what it is that you're going to be studying. You might make reference to the Tarantino Murphy video that we've been looking at, and then think about how you're going to connect that to your own experiences of spoken language. That is one of the important things that you're being asked to do. Okay, now it's really important when you're studying a specific occupation like film directors or news presenters that you make reference to the way that they are expected to speak and make some connections to how you speak in relation to them. And that can be about regional, social, national, different ways of speaking. Maybe something about their education. What is it that their spoken word tells you about them? You've got to relate it to your own speech in some way, and use the key terms idiolect. Okay, that is your personal identification as a speaker. Okay, so make sure you're using that term. Okay, so in the introduction, you're going to talk about the topic. Once you've introduced the topic, you need to be pretty clear about what your focus is. Now, in the Tarantino interview, there's a real power play. The balance of power shifts during the course of the interview. Murphy has an agenda and Tarantino has an agenda. They have different agendas. They want to be talking about different things, and that power struggle manifests itself in the way that both speakers use spoken language. You need to be able to spot what's going on, what's the impact of the speech, how does the power struggle fan out, who wins, do you think? And again, making some connection to your own experience of using language. How do you speak when you're in a situation with somebody who has a different power relationship to you? Now, when we're talking about data, we're talking about the material that you can take in to the controlled assessment with you. We're really talking about the transcript. This is the record of the conversation of the spoken language. I'm not sure whether you can add notes to your transcript at the moment, but I think the transcript that you've created and the cover sheet should be enough information really to remind you of what's gone on there. Okay, so the data is the transcript. Okay, the analysis of sound. Consider what the following things are. How does loudness play out in the interview? Is there a change in pitch? And is that attached to any particular emotional moments when people are kind of losing it? The tone. Is there a contrast between the tone of the two speakers? Intonation, where people are really trying to make a point with the sound. And clearly we've got two very different speakers here, one in British English and one in American English, so there's lots we can say about accents. Now again, connect this to your own experience of spoken language. How often do you hear that American accent? How often are you engaged in maybe media or television programs, films, where you are used as a listener to hearing English being spoken language in this way?